What if I told you that a peaceful, comfortable home doesn't necessarily need to be big? Today, we're taking inspiration from one of Japan's most calming architectural traditions, the Japanese Ryokan. But instead of building it somewhere in Kyoto or the Japanese countryside, we're going to bring those ideas somewhere completely different. Imagine a quiet piece of land somewhere in the province of the Philippines, surrounded by trees, rice fields, mountains, fresh air, and the sounds of nature. And on this site, we have only 40 square meters to work with. The challenge is to create a practical home for a family of 3, while capturing the simplicity, warmth, and peaceful atmosphere of a traditional Japanese ryokan. So how can we actually do it? First, we need to understand what makes ryokan design special. A traditional ryokan is not about expensive furniture or filling every corner with decoration. Its beauty comes from simplicity. Japanese architecture often uses the idea of ma, or intentional empty space. Instead of trying to use every square meter for furniture, some areas are deliberately left open. This gives the eyes somewhere to rest and makes even a small room feel calmer and more spacious. Another important idea is wabi-sabi. This is the appreciation of natural materials, imperfections, texture, and things that become more beautiful as they age. So instead of glossy surfaces and complicated decoration, our home will rely on wood, stone, textured walls, woven materials, and simple finishes. And perhaps the most important element of ryokan design is its connection to nature. Traditional Japanese spaces don't try to separate the house completely from the landscape. Windows, sliding doors, verandas, gardens, and framed views are deliberately designed so that nature becomes part of the interior. That idea works extremely well in the Philippine province. Instead of looking toward a Japanese maple garden, our house might look toward coconut trees, native plants, rice fields, or mountains. So we're not copying Japan, we're adapting the philosophy to the Philippine environment. Now let's start with the entrance. In a traditional Japanese home, the entrance is called the genkan. It creates a clear transition between outside and inside. Shoes are removed here before entering the main living space. For our 40 square meter home, we can create a small lowered entrance with built-in shoe storage along the wall. This immediately keeps dirt away from the interior and helps the rest of the house stay visually clean. The entrance should feel quiet and simple. A warm timber door, soft lighting, natural wall texture, and perhaps one small plant are enough. From here, we enter the main living and dining space. Because the entire house is only 40 square meters, we don't want a large sofa taking up most of the room. Instead, we can use low seating inspired by Japanese floor furniture. A simple low table becomes the center of the space. During the day, this can be the family's living room. They can sit, drink coffee, read, relax, or spend time together. At mealtime, the exact same area becomes the dining room. This is one of the most useful lessons from traditional Japanese interiors. One room doesn't always need only one function. Good small space design allows the same area to change depending on the time of day. Tatami-inspired flooring also helps define this space visually. We don't necessarily need authentic Japanese tatami everywhere. In a tropical Philippine climate, we could use locally available woven mats, engineered timber, bamboo, or other materials that create a similar warm and natural feeling. Now look toward the outside. Instead of treating the window as simply a source of light, we design it like a picture frame. The garden becomes the artwork. Large sliding doors connect the living area to a small engawa-inspired veranda. Traditionally, the engawa is the transition between inside and outside. It is not completely interior, and it is not completely exterior. In our Filipino version, this covered wooden platform becomes incredibly practical. During the morning, you can sit here with coffee. During rain, you can watch the garden while remaining protected. And because Philippine houses experience strong sun and heavy rainfall, a deep roof overhang can provide both shade and weather protection. This is where traditional Japanese architecture and tropical Filipino living can work beautifully together. Now let's move into the kitchen. The kitchen is compact and intentionally simple. Instead of trying to create a large luxury kitchen, we concentrate everything along one wall. Lower timber cabinets provide most of the storage. Open shelves above can hold frequently used bowls, cups, and kitchen items. A wide window above the sink brings in daylight while providing another view toward greenery outside. The key here is keeping the countertop as clear as possible. In a small house, clutter immediately makes a room feel smaller. So storage should be integrated into the architecture instead of relying on additional furniture. Next is the parents' bedroom. The bedroom follows the same Ryokan philosophy. There is no oversized bed frame, large wardrobe, television wall, or unnecessary decoration. Instead, we use a low timber platform bed. The low profile makes the ceiling feel higher and the room visually larger. Storage can be integrated underneath the platform or underneath the window. A large window becomes the main feature of the bedroom. When you wake up in the morning, instead of looking at a wall full of furniture, you see the garden. The color palette stays calm. Natural timber, beige, warm white, muted brown, and soft textiles. For the child's bedroom, we need to be even more efficient. A single bed sits along one wall. Beside it, we create a built-in study desk. Above the desk, simple shelving provides storage without taking up floor space. This allows the child to sleep, study, read, and store personal items inside one compact room. Again, the lesson is not about adding more furniture. It is about making every piece perform a clear function. Now the bathroom. Instead of trying to imitate a luxury Japanese onsen, we take inspiration from the atmosphere. Stone-like surfaces give the room a grounded, natural feeling. Timber cabinetry introduces warmth. A glass shower keeps the bathroom visually open. Natural ventilation and a small window are especially important in the humid Philippine climate. The bathroom should feel calm and spa-like, but still practical and easy to maintain. Outside, we create a small garden beside the engawa. And this does not need to be an expensive landscaped Japanese garden. A few carefully chosen stones, stepping pads, moss-like ground cover or local low-maintenance plants, bamboo, ferns, and native greenery can create the same feeling. The important idea is composition. Instead of filling the garden with dozens of plants, every element should have breathing room. The path is slightly irregular. The stones are imperfect. The plants look natural. That is where the idea of wabi-sabi becomes visible. And as the day gets darker, the architecture changes again. During sunset, warm interior lights begin to glow through the windows. Small garden lights illuminate the path. The timber becomes warmer. The shadows become deeper. And suddenly, this simple 40-square-meter home starts to feel almost like a private retreat. But the most important lesson from this project is not that every Filipino house should look Japanese. The real lesson is that traditional Ryokan architecture gives us principles that can work almost anywhere. Use fewer but better materials. Allow spaces to serve more than one purpose. Design storage into the house. Control clutter. Bring natural light inside. Frame views instead of simply adding windows. Create transitions between interior and exterior. And most importantly, design around the way people actually live. In only 40 square meters, we were able to create an entrance, living and dining area, kitchen, parents' bedroom, child's bedroom, bathroom, storage, and a strong connection to the garden. Not by making the house bigger, but by making every square meter work harder. Japanese architecture teaches us that comfort isn't measured only by floor area. It is also measured by light, proportion, simplicity, flexibility, materials, and how a space makes us feel. A small home can still feel generous. A simple home can still feel beautiful. And even somewhere in the Philippine countryside, the timeless ideas behind a Japanese Ryokan can inspire a home that feels calm, practical, and deeply connected to nature. Sometimes, better architecture isn't about building bigger. It's about building with more intention. And that is the idea behind this 40-square-meter Ryokan-inspired home for a family of 3.